Before we begin, a word. Every voice you are about to hear could belong to a real person, and the next one could be yours. Claim a part and read it aloud at Footnotes and Folly. Click. Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to the end of the Two Noble Kinsmen. I am Pemberton. This is part 4. First, a strange mercy. A doctor persuades the jailer's daughter's faithful wooer to take on the name and manner of Palamon, and by playing the man she loves, to coax her gently back toward her wits. Then the day of the combat comes, and each of the 3 central souls kneels at an altar. Arcite prays to Mars for victory, Palamon prays to Venus for Emilia, and Emilia prays to chaste Diana to be spared marriage altogether, and every prayer, in its own cruel way, is granted. Arcite wins the tournament under Emilia's hand, and then, in the very moment of his triumph, his horse rears and throws him, and the dying victor gives Emilia to the cousin he beat. Let us finish it.
The jailer, the wooer, and the doctor enter a room in the prison. Her madness is stronger at some times of the moon than at others, is it not? She is always in harmless disorder. She sleeps little, has no appetite except for drinking often, dreams of another world and a better one, and whatever broken subject she talks about, the name Palamon is mixed through it. She stuffs every matter with him and fits him into every answer. Look, here she comes. You will see her behavior for yourselves. The daughter enters. I have completely forgotten it. The refrain was Thou, nay, and it was written by no worse a man than Geraldo, Emilia's schoolmaster. He is as fanciful a fellow as ever walked on legs. In the next world Dido will see Palamon, and then she will fall out of love with Aeneas. What talk is this? Poor soul. This is how she is all day long. Now, about the charm I told you of, you must bring a piece of silver on the tip of your tongue, or there is no crossing the ferry. Then, if by chance you come to where the blessed spirits are, what a sight that is! We maidens whose hearts have been ruined, cracked to pieces by love, will go there and do nothing all day long but pick flowers with Proserpine. Then I will make Palamon a little bouquet, then let him notice me. Then, how prettily she goes wrong. Watch her a little longer. In truth, I will tell you, sometimes we blessed ones play barley break. Alas, they have a painful life in the other place, burning, frying, boiling, hissing, howling, teeth chattering, cursing. Oh, they are harshly dealt with. Take care. If someone goes mad, or hangs or drowns themselves, that is where they go. Jupiter bless us! And there we shall be put into a cauldron of lead and usurer's grease, among a whole million pickpockets, and there boil like a side of bacon that will never be done. How her brain invents things! Lords and courtiers who have got maidens with child are in that place. They must stand in fire up to the navel and in ice up to the heart. There the offending part burns, and the deceiving part freezes. Truly it is a very severe punishment, one would think, for such a small matter. Believe me, a man would marry a leprous witch to be rid of it, I assure you. How she keeps to this fantasy! This is not a madness rooted in her nature, but a very heavy and deep melancholy. To hear a proud lady and a proud city wife howl there together! I would be a beast if I called it good sport. One cries, "Oh, this smoke!" The other cries, "This fire!" One cries, "Oh, why did I ever do it behind the tapestry?" And then howls. The other curses a suitor in her garden house. I will be true, my stars, my fate, and so on. The daughter sings, then exits. What do you think of her, sir? I think her mind is disturbed, and I cannot treat it with medicine. Alas, what then? Tell me, did she ever love any man before she saw Palamon? I once had great hope, sir, that she had fixed her affection on this gentleman, my friend. I thought so too, and I would count it a great bargain to give half my estate if she and I, at this moment, truly stood in the same condition of love. The uncontrolled excess of her eyes has disturbed her other senses. They may return and settle again to perform their proper functions, but right now they are wandering wildly. This is what you must do. Keep her in a place where the light seems to creep in rather than be freely allowed. You, young sir, her friend, must take on the name of Palamon. Say you have come to eat with her and talk of love. This will catch her attention, because this is what her mind beats on. Other things placed between her mind and her eyes only become the tricks and jumps of her madness. Sing to her those fresh love songs she says Palamon sang in prison. Come to her wearing as many sweet flowers as the season can provide, and add to them other mixed perfumes that please the sense. All this will suit Palamon, for Palamon can sing, and Palamon is sweet, and every good thing. Ask to eat with her. Carve for her, drink to her, and all the while weave in your request for her grace and acceptance into her favor. Learn which maidens have been her companions and playmates, and let them come to her with Palamon's name in their mouths, carrying tokens as if they were speaking for him. She is caught in a falsehood, and falsehoods must be used to fight it. This may bring her to eat, to sleep, and restore what is now out of order in her to its former rule and government. I have seen this method proven many times, though I do not know exactly how many, and to increase that number I have great hope in this case. During the different stages of this plan, I will come in with my own treatment. Let us put it into action and hurry toward success, which, do not doubt, will bring comfort. They all exit. Flourish sounds. Theseus enters with Pirithous, Hippolyta, and attendants before the temples of Mars, Venus, and Diana. Now, let them enter, and before the gods offer their holy prayers. Let the temples blaze with sacred fires, and let the altars send up swelling incense and holy clouds to the powers above us. Let nothing proper be lacking. They have a noble task in hand, one that will honor the very powers who love them. Sir, they are entering. Palamon and Arcite enter with their knights. You brave and strong-hearted enemies, you royal cousins and foes, who come this day to blow out the closeness that burns between you, set aside your anger for 1 hour. Like doves, before the holy altars of the gods who aid you, the gods all men fear, bow down your stubborn bodies. Your fury is more than mortal, let your help be so too. And as the gods watch over you, fight justly. I will leave you to your prayers and divide my wishes between you. May honor crown the worthiest. Theseus and his train exit. The hourglass is running now, and it cannot finish until one of us dies. Think only this, if there were anything in me that tried to act as my enemy in this affair, if one eye opposed the other, if one arm oppressed the other, I would destroy the offender, cousin, even though it were part of myself. From that, judge how dearly I should regard you. I am struggling to drive your name, your old love, and our kinship out of my memory, and in that same place to set something I would destroy. So let us raise the sails that must carry these ships into whatever harbor heaven's ruler chooses. You speak well. Before I turn away, let me embrace you, cousin. I shall never do this again. One farewell. Then let it be so. Farewell, cousin. Farewell, sir. Palamon exits with his knights. Knights, kinsmen, lovers, yes, my sacrifices, true worshippers of Mars, whose spirit in you drives out the seeds of fear and the expectation that breeds it, come with me before the god of our profession. There ask him for the hearts of lions and the breath of tigers, yes, their fierceness too, and their speed as well, I mean speed to go forward, otherwise we may as well wish to be snails. You know my prize must be dragged out of blood. Force and great action must set my garland on the place where she remains, the queen of flowers. So our prayer must be to the god who makes the camp a cistern filled to the brim with men's blood. Give me your aid, and bend your spirits toward him. They advance to the altar of Mars, fall on their faces before it, and then kneel. Mighty one, by your power you have turned green Neptune purple. Comets warn of your approach, skulls dug up in vast fields proclaim your destruction. Your breath blows down the rich harvest of Ceres. With your armed hand you pluck built towers from the blue clouds, and you both make and break the stone walls that circle cities. Instruct me, your pupil, the youngest follower of your drum, with military skill today, so that in your praise I may raise my banner, and through you be called Lord of the Day. Give me, great Mars, some sign of your pleasure. They fall on their faces as before. A clash of armor is heard, with a short thunder like the sudden burst of battle. Then they all rise and bow to the altar. O great corrector of monstrous times, shaker of overgrown states, grand judge of dusty and ancient claims, you who heal the earth with blood when it is sick and cure the world of the sickness of too many people, I take your signs as favorable. In your name I march boldly toward my purpose. Let us go. They exit. Palamon enters with his knights, observing the same ceremony. Our stars must shine with new fire today or be extinguished. Our cause is love, and if the goddess of love grants that, she gives victory too. Then join your spirits with mine, you whose generous nobility makes my cause your own danger. Let us commend our undertaking to the goddess Venus, and ask her power to support our side. They kneel as before. Hail, sovereign queen of secrets, who has power to call the fiercest tyrant away from his rage and make him weep to a girl, who can, with one glance of the eye, choke Mars's drum and turn the alarm of war into whispers, who can make a cripple flourish with his crutch and cure him before Apollo can, who can force a king to become his subject's servant, and make stale gravity dance. The bald bachelor, whose youth, like wanton boys through bonfires, skipped through your flame, you can catch at 70 and make him, to the disgrace of his hoarse throat, misuse young songs of love. What godlike power is beyond your power? To Phoebus you add flames hotter than his own. Heaven's fire scorched his mortal son, but yours scorched him. The huntress, all moist and cold, some say, began to throw away her bow and sigh. Take me into your grace, me, your vowed soldier, who wears your yoke as if it were a wreath of roses, though it is heavier than lead itself and stings more than nettles. I have never spoken foully against your law. I have never revealed a secret, for I knew none, and would not have revealed one if I had known all there were. I never plotted against another man's wife, nor would I read the slanders written by loose-minded wits. I never, at great feasts, tried to betray a beauty, but have blushed at the simpering gentleman who did. I have been harsh to boastful confessors, and have angrily asked them whether they had mothers. I had one, a woman, and it was women they wronged. I told them I knew a man of 80 winters who married a girl of 14. That was your power, to put life into dust. Age had cramped his square foot until it twisted around. Gout had knotted his fingers. Torturing convulsions had almost drawn the spheres from his round eyes, so that whatever life remained in him seemed only torture. This skeleton had, by his young fair wife, a boy, and I believed it was his, because she swore it was, and who would not believe her? In short, I am no companion to those who chatter after they have done the deed. I defy those who boast and have not done it. I rejoice for those who would but cannot. Yes, I do not love the man who describes private acts in the foulest way, or names hidden things in the boldest language. Such a man I am, and I swear no lover ever sighed more truly than I do. Oh then, most soft and sweet goddess, give me victory in this question, which is the merit of true love, and bless me with a sign of your great pleasure. Music is heard. Doves are seen fluttering. They fall again on their faces, then rise to their knees. O you who reign in mortal hearts from 11 years old to 90, whose hunting ground is this world, and we in herds are your game, I thank you for this fair sign. Joined to my innocent and true heart, it arms my body with confidence for this business. Let us rise and bow before the goddess. They rise and bow. Time is coming on. They exit. Soft music of recorders continues. Emilia enters in white, her hair loose about her shoulders, wearing a wheaten wreath. One woman in white holds up her train, her hair set with flowers. Another goes before her, carrying a silver hind that holds incense and sweet perfumes. It is set on Diana's altar. Emilia's maids stand apart. Emilia sets fire to the incense, then they curtsy and kneel. O sacred, shadowed, cold, and constant queen, forsaker of revels, silent, contemplative one, sweet, solitary, white as chastity and pure as snow blown by the wind, who allows your female knights no more blood than will make a blush, which is the robe of their order, I, your priestess, humble myself here before your altar. O grant that with your rare green eye, which has never yet looked on anything stained, you will look on your virgin, and sacred silver mistress, lend your ear, which never heard a filthy word, into whose harbor no wanton sound ever entered, to my petition, seasoned with holy fear. This is my last act of vestal service. I am dressed as a bride, but my heart is still a maiden's. A husband has been appointed for me, but I do not know him. Out of two, I should choose one and pray for his success, but I am innocent of any choice. If I had to lose one of my eyes, they are equally precious. I could condemn neither, and the one that perished would go unsentenced. Therefore, most modest queen, let whichever of the two suitors loves me best and has the truest claim to me take off my wheaten garland, or else grant that I may continue in the rank and quality I hold within your company. The hind vanishes under the altar, and in its place a rose tree rises, bearing one rose. See what our commander of ebb and flow raises with sacred action from the depths of her holy altar, only one rose. If I understand rightly, this battle will defeat both these brave knights, and I, a virgin flower, must grow alone, unplucked. A sudden twang of instruments is heard, and the rose falls from the tree. The flower has fallen. The tree descends. O mistress, you release me here. I shall be gathered, I think so, but I do not know your own will. Open your mystery. I hope she is pleased. Her signs were gracious. They curtsy and exit. In a room in the prison at Athens, the doctor enters with the jailer and the wooer, who is dressed to look like Palamon. Has the advice I gave you done her any good? Oh, a great deal. The maids who keep her company have half persuaded her that I am Palamon. Within this last half hour, she came to me smiling and asked what I wanted to eat and when I would kiss her. I told her right now and kissed her twice. That was well done. 20 times would have been far better, because the cure mainly lies there. Then she told me she would sit up with me tonight, because she knew very well what hour my fit would come on. Let her do so, and when your fit comes, answer hers fully and at once. She wanted me to sing. And did you? No. That was very badly done then. You should follow her in every mood. Alas, sir, I have no voice to convince her that way. That does not matter if you make some kind of noise. If she asks again, do anything. Lie with her if she asks you. Hold on there, doctor. Yes, as part of the cure. But first, with your permission, it must be in the way of honesty. That is only over-scrupulous. Never throw your child away for honesty. Cure her first this way, then if she wants to be honest, the path is still open to her. Thank you, doctor. Please bring her in, and let us see how she is. I will, and I will tell her that her Palamon is waiting for her. But doctor, I think you are still going the wrong way. The jailer exits. Go, go. You fathers are wonderful fools. Her honesty? If we had to give her medicine until we found that, we would be at it forever. Why, do you think she is not honest, sir? How old is she? She is 18. She may be honest, but that is all one, and nothing to our purpose. Whatever her father says, if you see her mood turning the way I spoke of, namely, toward bodily desire, do you understand me? Yes, very well, sir. Satisfy her appetite, and do it thoroughly. That will cure, by the very act itself, the melancholy humor that infects her. I agree with you, doctor. The jailer enters with the jailer's daughter and the maid. You will find it so. Here she comes. Please humor her. Come, child. Your love Palamon is waiting for you, and has been for this whole hour to visit you. I thank him for his gentle patience. He is a kind gentleman, and I am greatly obliged to him. Did you never see the horse he gave me? Yes. How do you like him? He is a very handsome one. You never saw him dance? No. I have often. He dances very finely, very gracefully, and for a jig, let anyone try him, high or low, he spins like a top. That is fine indeed. He will dance the Morris 20 miles an hour, and that would lame the best hobby horse, if I know anything in all the parish. And he gallops to the tune of Light, O Love. What do you think of this horse? With all these talents, I think he might be taught to play tennis. Alas, that is nothing. Can he write and read too? He has a very fair hand, and keeps his own accounts for all his hay and feed. The hostler would have to get up early to cheat him. You know the chestnut mare the Duke has? Very well. She is terribly in love with him, poor beast, but he is like his master, coy and scornful. What dowry does she have? Some 200 bottles, and 20 measures of oats, but he will never take her. He lists when he neighs, enough to entice a miller's mare. He will be the death of her. What nonsense she talks. Make a curtsy. Here comes your love. The wooer and the doctor come forward. Pretty soul, how are you? That is a fine maid. What a curtsy. Yours to command in the way of honesty. How far is it now to the end of the world, my masters? Why, a day's journey, girl. Will you go with me? What shall we do there, girl? Why, play stool, ball. What else is there to do? I am willing if we hold our wedding there. That is true, for there, I assure you, we shall find some blind priest fit for the purpose, one who will dare to marry us. Here they are fussy and foolish. Besides, my father must be hanged tomorrow, and that would be a stain on the business. Are you not Palamon? Do you not know me? Yes, but you do not care for me. I have nothing but this poor petticoat and 2 coarse smocks. That makes no difference. I will have you. Will you truly? The wooer takes her hand. Yes, by this fair hand, I will. Then we will go to bed. Whenever you wish. He kisses her. Oh, sir, you would very much like to be nibbling. Why do you rub my kiss off? It is a sweet one, and it will perfume me finely for the wedding. Is this not your cousin Arcite? She points to the doctor. Yes, sweetheart, and I am glad my cousin Palamon has made so fine a choice. Do you think he will have me? Yes, without doubt. Do you think so too? Yes. We shall have many children. Lord, how you have grown. My Palamon, I hope, will grow finely too now that he is at liberty. Alas, poor chick, he was studded by hard food and bad lodging, but I will kiss him back to health again. A messenger enters. What are you doing here? You will miss the noblest sight that was ever seen. Are they in the field? They are. You have a duty there too. I will go at once. I must leave you here. No, we will go with you. I will not miss the sight. How did you like her? I guarantee that within 3 or 4 days I will make her right again. You must not leave her, but keep treating her in this way. I will. Let us get her inside. Come, sweet, we will go to dinner, and then we will play cards. And shall we kiss too? 100 times. And 20. Yes, and 20. And then we will sleep together. Take her off her. Yes, indeed we will. But you must not hurt me. I will not, sweet. If you do, love, I will cry. They exit. A flourish sounds. Theseus, Hippolyta, Emilia, Pirithous, and attendants enter near the place appointed for the combat. I will not go one step farther. Will you miss seeing this? I would rather watch a small wren strike at a fly than see this decision. Every blow that falls threatens a brave life. Each stroke seems to mourn the place it lands, and sounds more like a death bell than a blade. I will stay here. It is punishment enough that my ears must hear what happens, and there is no deafness that can save me except the forced hearing of it. I will not stain my eyes with dreadful sights they can avoid. Sir, my good lord, your sister will go no farther. Oh, she must. She shall see honorable deeds of their own kind, which sometimes show well when painted. Now nature herself will make and act the story, and belief will be sealed by both eye and ear. You must be present. You are the reward of the victor, the prize and garland that will crown the answer to this question. Pardon me. If I were there, I would shut my eyes. You must be there. This trial is almost as if it took place in the night, and you are the only star meant to shine on it. Then I am put out. That light would only show each man to the other through envy. Darkness, which has always been the mother of horror, and stands cursed by so many millions of mortals, might now win herself some part of a good name by throwing her black cloak over them both, so neither could find the other, and many murders charged against her would be set aside. You must go. Truly I will not. Why, the knights must kindle their courage at your eye. Know this, you are the treasure of this war, and must be nearby to pay the service done for you. Sir, pardon me. Title to a kingdom can be tried without the kingdom itself being present. Well, well then, as you please. Those who remain with you might wish their duty had fallen to any of their enemies. Farewell, sister. I am likely to know your husband a little before you do. Of the two, may the gods give you the one they know to be best. All leave except Emilia. Arcite has a gentle face, yet his eye is like a bent engine of war, or a sharp weapon in a soft sheath. Mercy and manly courage lie together in his look. Palamon has a more threatening appearance. His brow is carved deep, and seems to bury whatever it frowns upon. Yet sometimes it changes, according to the nature of his thoughts. His eye will rest a long time on what it looks at. Sadness suits him nobly, so does Arcite's cheerfulness. But Palamon's sadness is a kind of mirth, so mingled that joy seems to make him sorrowful and sorrow merry. Those darker moods that sit badly on other men live handsomely in them. Cornets sound. Trumpets call as if for a charge. Listen how those sounds stir the prince's spirits and drive them to their trial. Arcite may win me, and yet Palamon may wound Arcite so badly that his noble form is spoiled. Oh, what pity would be enough for such a chance! If I were there, I might do harm, for they would glance their eyes toward my seat, and in that movement might miss a guard or lose the chance for an attack that demanded that very moment. It is much better that I am not there. Cornets sound. A great cry and noise is heard within. Palamon! A servant enters. Oh, better never to have been born than to serve as the cause of such harm. What has happened? The cry is Palamon. Then he has won. It was always likely. He looked all grace and success, and he is certainly the finest of men. Please run and tell me how it goes. There is shouting and the sound of cornets, with cries of Palamon. Still Palamon. Run and ask. The servant exits. Poor servant, you have lost. I always wore your picture on my right side and Palamon's on the left. Why it was so, I do not know. I meant nothing by it, chance arranged it that way. But on the left side lies the heart, so Palamon had the best omen. Another cry and shout is heard within with cornets. This burst of noise is surely the end of the combat. The servant enters again. They said Palamon had forced Arcite's body within an inch of the pyramid, and that everyone cried, Palamon. Then the assistants made a brave recovery, and the two bold claimants are, at this instant, hand to hand again. If only they could both be changed into one man. But why should I wish that? There would be no woman worthy of so complete a man. Each man's separate share, each man's own nobility, makes any living lady seem unequal, and of too little value. Cornets sound. A cry within calls, Arcite, Arcite. More rejoicing? Is it still Palamon? No, now the sound is Arcite. Please listen closely to the cry. Put both your ears to this business. Cornets sound. A great shout and cry rises, Arcite, victory. The cry is Arcite and victory. Listen, Arcite, victory. The wind instruments proclaim that the combat is finished. Even a half-blind glance could see that Arcite was no child. By heaven, the richness and costly courage of his spirit shone through him. It could no more be hidden in him than fire and flax, or than low banks can bring a lawsuit against waters driven to rage by storm winds. I did think good Palamon would fail, though I did not know why I thought so. Our reasons are not prophets, though our fancies often are. They are coming away. Alas, poor Palamon! Cornets sound. Theseus, Hippolyta, Pirithous, Arcite as victor and attendants enter. Look, our sister waits here in expectation, still trembling and unsettled. Fairest Emily, the gods, by their divine judgment, have given you this knight. He is as good a one as ever struck at a head. Give me your hands. You receive her and you receive him. Be pledged to each other with a love that grows as you decline with age. Emily, to buy you, I have lost what was dearest to me, except the thing I have bought. And yet I have purchased cheaply, when I measure your worth. O beloved sister, he speaks now of as brave a knight as ever spurred a noble horse. Surely the gods meant him to die unmarried, for fear his race would appear in the world too godlike. His conduct so enchanted me that I thought Alcides beside him was a lump of lead. If I could praise every part of Palamon as fully as I have spoken, your Arcite would lose nothing by it, for the man who was so good met one still better. I have heard two rival nightingales beat the ear of night with their competing throats, now one singing higher, then the other, then the first again, and then outdone, until the listener could not judge between them. So it went for a good while between these kinsmen, until heaven could barely make one the winner. Wear the garland you have won with joy. As for the defeated men, give them our present justice, since I know life only pinches them now. Let it be done here. The scene is not for our eyes. Let us go away rightly joyful, though with some sorrow. Guard your prize, I know you will not lose her. Hippolyta, I see one of your eyes has conceived a tear, and is about to deliver it. A flourish sounds. Is this winning? Oh, all you powers of heaven, where is your mercy? If your wills had not declared it must be so, and commanded me to live to comfort this friendless, miserable prince, who has cut away from himself a life more worthy than all women, I should die too, and would. It is infinite pity that four such eyes should be fixed on one person, so that two of them must lose their sight for it. So it is. They exit. Palamon and his knights enter bound. The jailer, the executioner, and the guard are with them. A block is ready. Many men have lived past the people's love. Yes, even in the same country many fathers have outlived the love of their own children. There is some comfort in thinking of it that way. We die, but not without men's pity. If we lived on, we would still have their good wishes. We escape the hateful misery of old age, and cheat the gout and sickness that wait in slow hours for gray-haired men. We go toward the gods young and unshaken, not limping under a load of old, stale crimes. Surely that will please the gods sooner, and make them give us nectar with them, for we are clearer spirits. My dear kinsmen, whose lives are being laid down for this poor comfort, you have sold them far too cheaply. What ending could satisfy us more? The victors have fortune over us, but her title lasts only a moment, while our death is certain. They do not outweigh us by even one grain of honor. Let us say farewell, and by our patience anger staggering fortune, who reels most when she thinks herself most secure. Come, who begins? The man who led you to this banquet shall taste it first for all of you. Ah, my friend, your gentle daughter once gave me freedom. Now you will see it made everlasting. Tell me, how is she? I heard she was not well, and the kind of illness she had caused me some sorrow. Sir, she is well again, and is to be married shortly. By my short life, I am very glad of it. It is the last thing I shall be glad of. Please, tell her so. Give her my regards, and to add to her marriage portion offer her this. He gives the jailer his purse. No, let us all make offerings. Is she a maid? Truly, I think so. She is a very good creature, and has deserved more from me than I can repay or even speak of. Give her our respects. They give the jailer their purses. May the gods repay you all, and make her thankful. Farewell, let my life now be as short as my leave-taking. He lays his head on the block. Lead on, brave cousin. We will follow cheerfully. A great noise is heard within. Voices cry, run. Save him. Hold. A messenger enters in haste. Hold, hold. Oh, hold, hold, hold. Pirithous enters in haste. Hold there. If you have done it so quickly, your haste was cursed. Noble Palamon, the gods will show their glory in a life you still have to live. Can that be, when I have said Venus is false? How do things stand? Rise, great sir, and listen to news that is most dearly sweet and bitter. Your cousin mounted on a horse that Emily first gave him, a black horse without a single hair of white, which some people say lowers his value, and many would refuse to buy his goodness because of that mark, since superstition is allowed some credit here. On this horse Arcite was trotting over the stones of Athens, and the horse's iron shoes seemed to count the stones rather than tread on them. The horse could have stretched his stride to a mile if his rider had chosen to put pride into him. As he went counting the flinty pavement, dancing, as it were, to the music his own hooves made, since, as they say, music first came from iron, I will not guess whether some envious flint, cold as old Saturn, and, like him, filled with hostile fire, shot out a spark, or whether some fierce sulphur made for this end caused it. But the hot horse, hot as fire, took fright at it and fell into all the disorder his strength could give his will. He leaped, reared upright, forgot the schooling and gentle handling he had been trained in. Like a pig, he squealed at the sharp spur, fretting at it rather than obeying it in the least. He tried every foul trick of rough, violent horseplay to throw his lord, who kept his seat bravely. When nothing worked, when the bit would not snap, the girth would not break, and all his different plunges could not uproot his rider from where he sat, but Arcite held him between his legs. The horse stood straight up on his hind hoofs, so that Arcite's legs, higher than his head, seemed by strange art to hang in the air. Just then his victor's wreath fell from his head, and at once the beast came over backward, and his full weight became the rider's burden. He is still alive, but he is a vessel that floats only until the next wave reaches it. He greatly wishes to speak with you. Look, he appears. Theseus, Hippolyta, Emilia, and Arcite enter. Arcite is carried in a chair. O miserable end to our kinship! The gods are mighty. Arcite, if your heart, your worthy, manly heart, is not yet broken, give me your last words. I am Palamon, the one who still loves you as you die. Take Emilia, and with her all the joy in the world. Give me your hand. Farewell. I have reached my final hour. I was false, but never treacherous. Forgive me, cousin. One kiss from fair Emilia. Emilia kisses Arcite. It is done. Take her. I die. May your brave soul seek Elysium. Arcite dies. I will close your eyes, prince. Blessed souls be with you. You are a truly good man, and while I live, I give this day to tears. And I give it to honor. In this place you first fought, right here I separated you. Give the gods our thanks that you are alive. His part is played, and though it was too short, he played it well. Your day is lengthened, and the blessed dew of heaven refreshes you. Powerful Venus has honored her altar well, and has given you your love. Our master Mars has confirmed his oracle and gave Arcite the honor of the contest. So the deities have shown proper justice. Carry this body away. O cousin, that we should desire things that cost us the loss of what we desire. That nothing could buy dear love except the loss of dear love. Arcite's body is carried out. Fortune never played a subtler game. The conquered man triumphs, the victor has the loss. Yet in the passage through it, the gods have been most even-handed. Palamon, your kinsman confessed that the right to the lady belonged to you, because you saw her first, and then openly declared your love. He restored her to you as your stolen jewel, and wanted your spirit to send him away forgiven. The gods have taken my justice from my hand, and have themselves become the executioners. Lead your lady away, and call your lovers back from the stage of death. I adopt them as my friends. For a day or two let us look sadly on, and give honor to Arcite's funeral. After his end is properly observed, we will put on the faces of bridegrooms and smile with Palamon. For him, only 1 hour ago, I was as deeply sorry as I was glad for Arcite, and now I am as glad for Palamon as I am sorry for Arcite. Oh, you heavenly powers, what things you make of us! We laugh for what we lack and are sorry for what we have. In some ways we are always children. Let us be thankful for what is, and leave dispute to you who are above our questioning. Let us go and carry ourselves as the time requires. A flourish sounds. All exit. The epilogue enters. I would now ask you how you liked the play, but like a schoolboy, I cannot speak. I am terribly afraid. Please stay a while and let me look at you. No man smiles? Then I see things are going badly. Anyone who has loved a young, handsome woman, show his face. It would be strange if no one here had done so. And if such a man will, against his conscience, hiss and ruin our success, let him. I see it is useless to hold you here. Then let the worst that can happen come. Now, what do you say? And yet do not mistake me, I am not bold, we have no such reason to be. If the tale we have told, for it is nothing more than that, has pleased you in any way, since it was meant for that honest purpose, then we have our end. And before long, I dare say, you shall have many better plays to prolong your old affection for us. We in all our strength rest at your service. Gentlemen, good night. A flourish sounds. The epilogue exits.
And there the two noble kinsmen ends not in triumph, but in that bewildered mixture of grief and joy the gods seem to love. Arcite has won and died, Palamon has lost everything and gained everything, Emilia weeps for the one cousin and weds the other, and Theseus, standing over the wreck of it, can only marvel at the powers above that make us laugh for what we lack and mourn for what we have. It is Shakespeare's last play, written with Fletcher at the close of his career, and it leaves us where the oldest stories do, bound to a fortune we cannot argue with, and thankful for what is. Thank you for sitting with the whole of the two noble kinsmen. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly. One last thing before you go. There's a part on our stage still wanting a voice, and it may as well be yours. Come and read for us at footnotesandfolly.click, and be in the next telling rather than only watching it. And before the lamp goes out, a small request. If something tonight taught you, or surprised you, or simply delighted you, do leave a comment and tell me what it was. And if there is a work, an author, or a tale you should like me to take up next, set it down there as well. I read every one, and many an episode has begun its life as a viewer's suggestion. Until next time.